Check, check. Let me see how this sounds. Go ahead and talk. Let me see how you sound. Check,
This out.
check. Gabalama.
Czech soda, fruit punch. It's a good flavor.
Fuck it. You ready?
Relatively, I'm ready, Freddy.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Let's be quiet.
Dang, I don't know if I
Check,
should.
check. Let me see how this sounds. Go ahead. No.
Maybe I
Go
better
ahead
just-
and talk.
I was talking about. Onward.
Can you see us? How well do you hear Sam and me before we go forward?
How do I sound? I know Keats usually sounds pretty good.
Let's see how this sounds. Go ahead.
Let's see.
Let's see. Una and Baz. How do we sound?
Word.
Because I'm notoriously bad at this. If I am too low, let me know. If I'm too high, let me know. If Sam's too low, let him know. Let us know. I really appreciate you guys showing up. This is going to be fun. This was completely out of nowhere and left field. So.
Let me take a peek at the chat. I'm not gonna write anything. Just want to take a peek at it. See who all's in the room.
Is Brandon coming in? Or who's coming in?
Yeah, he said he was. Excuse me. Yeah, he said he would be showing up, but that was like just a minute ago. Let's see.
Oh, Baz, which one's a bit low? Which one of us? I guess me. I guess you say your. I should probably think it's me because it's my channel.
You're a bit low.
Am I a bit low? I'm check.
That's the thing. Whenever we're in a
know.
chat, we always sound good, but whenever we're on to the viewers on YouTube,
Well, so here was the issue with my talk with Braun the other day. Prag is low. Gotcha. Thank you so much. Check. How's that? Is that better? I appreciate you guys. This was the problem when I looked back at my talk with Braun yesterday. I was too low. And they were great. And it's like you can't win. Sam is awesome, Una says.
Thank you.
How am I now? Am I still too low? Check. I love you guys. Thanks for putting up with me and this. OBS. It's almost like orbital bowel syndrome. That's what I like to call it. It's a real pain in the ass. So the reason why Sam and I wanted to live stream is because we've been having such a good time talking via Zoom, Brandon Young and some other folks, and we started talking about music. And Sam's got a lot of wonderful Sam's volume's hella high. Cool.
Oh, snap.
Oh, that's me. Cool. Thank you, guys. I like hella high. That's
Hella.
right. Una, you live in the Bay Area. Hella high.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Una lived out there.
Yeah.
It's a good area.
She's also from, she lived in Portland. Is that better? Okay. Yeah,
Sweet.
don't be shy to let us know. It's a learning process, and that's kind of why we're doing this. Yes, Oswald Spangler's here.
Hey, Oswald.
So, Sam and I were exchanging music, and, with We the Hallowed, our next audio sigil, which Oswald, Una, hopefully Baz, if you've got any, musical inclinations. Sam isn't loud, Keats is quiet again. Go ahead and talk, Sam, for a second. Give us your introduction.
My name is Sam Shadow. As most of you probably already know who I am, but I guess I'm gonna. Wow, I was gonna try and be formal, and now it's the most informal introduction in the whole fucking world. Hold on, we're gonna rectify this problem, ladies and gents.
Literally, PRAGMAGICK. How do we sound together? Hey, let's sing together. Give me an A.
This was
That's not an A. I was giving
no, it
you. I
wasn't.
have no idea what that
I
was.
was going to try and be a bass tier tenor, and it just
Yeah. Oh,
went
let's
all
try it.
south. This was brought to you by Crown Royal. Crown Royal. And Mountain Dew.
And Mountain Dew. Wow, do the do.
You said do it. Yeah.
So Sam and I have been talking for a time. Hopefully Brandon will show up, or other people that want to, like send me that you want to join. But we've been talking deeply about music, and we've been talking deeply about each other's different tenors in music. And one cool thing about Sam is that I didn't realize that they were such a Negative Land fan.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Negative Land.
And I heard it so much. So I thought we could do a screen share, and you could play some of your like audio sigil that you did. It's like 36, 32 tracks.
Yeah,
Just to see what it's like. Yeah.
I'll give a brief informal introduction. My name is Sam Shadow. A lot of people in this community know me from occultism and magic, but long before I was ever in this community, that dreaded word that we don't like to use, I was a part and still am a part of the indie electronic music scene, and I've been on various compilations and had the pleasure to make quite a few cool friends along the way. I released an album. I have two projects. One is called Slow, but it's spelled Slough, and one is called Silk Shadow, but I spell Silk Silque. But this was an album I released in late 2017 called Day at the Beach, and all it really is was it's basically, I hate to call it this, but it's basically like a best of the 4 years that preceded that. I had a bunch of EPs, and I deleted all those and re-released the best of what I had on one giant album. It ended up being 38 tracks.
38, yeah, that's right.
It's kind of a mix between a lot of it is vaporwave, plunderphonics, noise, ambient, and a little bit of maybe a teaspoon of industrial thrown in here and there.
Can I just interject real quick? Una said I went vegetarian for 17 years because of feminists and Negative Land. Like,
hey,
yes!
I mean, that's as good a reason as any, right? Negative Land have just been like a huge influence on me. I think without Negative Land, without Throbbing Gristle, without The Residents, without John Oswald, there wouldn't be the vaporwave resurgence that there is today. And of course, DJ Screw, who I can't leave out DJ Screw because I think he's
Snake Finger, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Snake Finger is.
He was the guitarist for The Residents that did his own.
Oh, that's right. Now I'm embarrassed.
Oh no, it's all good. Ralph Records, yeah. Ralph Records was like the hub for The Residents, and God, what were they called? There's so many other crazy bands. I go ahead and talk. Yeah, I'll think of them.
Well, while we're talking about The Residents, I'm not going to really show any of these songs in a chronological order because there's no way we're going to be able to play them all anyway. If you want to buy this album, it's name your own price. You could buy it for $0.00 on Bandcamp if you look up Shadow Zone Productions. I did this song called A Residential Area that was made out of a bunch of clips I took from The Residents, and of course kind of manipulated it to do my own thing, but it was really a tribute to them. And I'll play about half of this song. How does that sound?
Do it. I love this. Let's share music tonight.
Sweet. So this is A Residential Area by Slow.
Are you sharing the music or the? Was that like unplugged bass?
I think so.
Yeah.
I just took that bass line and I really liked it. It kind of made.
Sounds good.
Most of these were taken from the album Meet the Residents, which was a parody of Meet the Beatles.
Oh, of
And
course. Yeah.
funny story, this actually has a music video to it, which I promise I will eventually post on the new Shadow Zone Productions YouTube page. But my friend Jeff Warren is an animator in Alaska, and he has a TV show, a local TV show called AKTV, and he did a music video for a residential area, and it's almost like this apocalyptic wasteland with these, I don't know what to call them, humanoid zombies crawling around. It's really cool.
I was gonna say, Sam, I don't know what it sounds like out there, but I think maybe I should host the screen share just for audio sake.
Yeah, let me send you the link to the page on Twitter, and you can take it from there.
Was it just Sam Shadow at .bandcamp?
It's Shadow. It's Shadow Zone. I'll send it to you so it's easier to manage.
But yeah, no, that was like, it's fast. Was it the loaf? Fuck. Reggie and the Loaf? No.
Reggie Loaf.
It's
by Resident.
Yeah, it's a Ralph Records band. Anyway, yeah, I'm drawing blank because we've been drinking and eating. So
yeah, we've been drinking. We've been having a good old time.
Yeah, but those Ralph Records bands. I actually was gonna upload. So Kebu in Portland, Oregon, which Una I'm sure is familiar with, was our like our PBS kind of station, like radio station. It was our local owned public radio, and I got to I had to go through this orientation program, and then I got to host shows on Kebu. And that's kind of like where I got my start in like broadcasting stuff. But
oh, well, yeah.
I still have a recording of me going off the rails at like 2 a.m. and just playing whatever the fuck I wanted to, and never got a citation. Also because nothing I play is ever too acerbic or mean with words. I mean, they're mean with words, but not with incendiary words, But it was that night that I did it with my friend, who's like the biggest Ralph Records fan.
Oh, sweet. So you probably played all kinds of noise and like experimental stuff that night, right?
So at Kebu, they have a library, and the Residents, their first live radio show was in the building.
Hell yeah.
At Kebu. Yeah. And so there's that like archived in there. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Did you send it to me in chat or did you?
Oh, I sent it to you in the DMs.
Gotcha.
Yep. I DM'd it to you on Twitter.
I know. Sliding into my DMs here. All right. Let's see about death.
I don't know what I should like. I'll let you get to it, and
I guess
I'll tell you what. Would it be easier for you to look through it and say, "Hey, I like this song," and like me to maybe
direct my mouse? You see my mouse? How does everyone else see? I can't really tell if anyone else can see it because now it's taking over the screen.
Let's see. What could I recommend? Like, what would you like to hear, though? Would you like to hear another noise track, or would you rather hear something a little bit more cohesive? Or
let's hear something a bit more. Oh, so I'm like all crazy. Okay, this may not work for me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. Is it better if I did it?
Yeah, you go ahead and do it. I was just thinking for audio sake.
Oh, you're good. how does well, it's kind of hard to tell with audio quality with that last one because it's so noisy.
Well,
Like,
I could do another add scene, and then everyone's seeing this right now, and then I could do add window
oh,
capture, and then add. Actually, give me a second, and then add this. Hopefully, everyone can still hear me. Window capture, and we're adding Chrome. Boom. Nope,
boom.
not working.
Let's see.
Thank you everyone for sticking by us.
Thank you for your patience and cooperation. We love
Yeah,
you
let's
all.
just go with you. You're good.
Okay. All right. Let's see. A lot of my stuff, like I've sampled so much from so many different sources. I want to try and find which specific song I did for the AIN23 comp because it's only a few seconds long,
I love it.
and
Yeah.
we it reminds me a lot of what you wanted to do on We the Hollowed. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Let's check it
Yes.
out.
Okay, yeah. So that specific song was called "The Bastard Son of Mother Nature," and it's only 28. Well, it got clipped down to 23, but it's only 28 seconds long. And this one actually didn't have any samples. This was just all me synthesizers, kind of one off in it. So
Awesome. I mean, it got clipped down to 23. Come on, Kismet.
yeah. Well, it had to be 23 for the sigil.
Oh, it
So
did. God,
yeah,
we are
because
so
what it is,
unoriginal.
they do a every year AIN23 has
Right.
their
Yeah. Yeah.
yearly comp. It's like a compilation of 23-second audio clips.
That's right. You were telling me about that. Yeah.
But this was mine from like 2016, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 2016.
Yeah. Excellent. Ah, sweet Banshee.
Thank you. Yeah,
You know what I figured out?
what's that?
Everyone, you looking at this? Uh, where was your Bandcamp? So live
Oh,
now, I forgot I could just show my computer. What's the next one you want to play? We'll try it this way.
let's see.
Go by number.
Wow, there's so many cool ones that were okay. So here's a funny one. Some of them are funny. I do have like a little bit of comedy about my songs. This is called California Sunshine, and I took this from the Michael Jackson California Raisins commercial.
Hold on, can I play it on my end?
Sure. Yeah,
What
California
what
Sunshine.
number is that?
It's 22.
Ah, it's not better than 23.
According to some, maybe.
Yes. Oh, wait, it's going to the next one.
Okay. I'm
Do you
not
want me to
gonna
stop
lie.
it?
Yeah, I can't hear it on my end. I think it's because you got headphones on, though.
Oh yeah, I was gonna let it, but I'm interested to see
Wait,
how
are
it
you
sounded.
Can they hear it? Because I think I'm the one still screen sharing.
Oh no, I changed it on my end. I'm using OBS, so I
Okay.
went from it. Did you guys hear that? Okay, can everyone hear this? Okay, hear that? Need your help?
Just to see.
But yeah, basically in OBS I can screen share.
Sweet.
My
I can't
thing,
hear it
and
on
I
my.
get the music. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you can.
Yeah, as long as
Unless you're
I guess
streaming.
as long
Yeah.
as the chat can hear it.
Well, let's see. Let's see if they can
Chat,
hear it.
let
We
us know
hear
if you
it
heard.
super loud. Yes. Thank you, Oswald. We'll do the next one not so loud. So I have to mix between your vocals and the computer audio. So,
Okay.
but I appreciate everyone in the chat for giving us that. So what's the next one?
Okay, so I do a lot of songs about sex, or I take a lot of samples from 80s songs that weren't even really about sex and try and spin them in a way that was about sex through certain samples and the way I edit it together. Take your pick from one of how about this? Sex Hotline. It's number 8.
It's a good number.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite occult numbers, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I actually disliked it because it was too even for me when I was a kid, but I fell in love
I like
with
the
it.
mercurial nature of it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm about to play this, people in the chat. Let me know if it's too loud. I love you. Bye.
Call 1-900-666-6666. One person's turn off might be another person's turn on. I'm so afraid of call me right now. Only behind closed doors do we reveal the hidden thoughts and private
$5 per minute.
Thank you. I do like your shirt, by the way.
I mean, it was perfect for this. I think I knew.
Like, the color scheme is very similar to mine, I feel.
It's funny. We both went off camera and came back with
different shirts.
Yeah. I guess it almost says a lot about, you know, maybe our stances on things. Yours is a bit, you know, more of a geometric kind of idea that's blotted on things, and mine's like more of a take on something tired.
I love plants. Plants aren't tired.
Well, how is everyone doing in the chat? We still don't have Mr. Brandon Young.
Yeah, we are missing Brandon.
Or did everyone see Oswald Spengler? I'm gonna put you on blast right now, Oswald. Did everyone see Oswald Spengler's music for the Saunter?
Oh yes, that was awesome. I never knew you played Oswald. Like Keats showed me that yesterday. What you did for Davey, I thought that was fantastic.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and
play it live. Only because I feel like I need to stake some claim in the importance of my work within this situation.
the music middleman.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm just kidding.
It was, Oswald and I were exchanging music, and he sent me a couple of tracks. This one specifically, I was like, we had been talking about, the rebirth and stuff, so I thought it was really pretty. Let me know if everyone can hear what it sounds like. Let's see. Actually, he's got a whole Saunter thing. Jesus, Davey.
You want me to send you the link for it?
Yeah, send me the link.
Okay. Yeah, I've got it on standby, so it shouldn't
the
be hard.
Saunter was a whole to do. I thought it was just a jolly old triage and the boops. Seroth.
Oh, did Seroth join us?
Yeah, you want to come on screen, buddy?
Sweet. Yeah, we sent you a link, or I meant to send him a link. I don't think I did. I can do that too while I'm at it if you want.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Well,
and
check.
By the way, if we hit the limit, it's easy for me. I know this doesn't sound like professional because of all the stupid technical difficulties I've had, but I can promise you this. It will take 5 minutes to come back with the new stream. So, I mean, same stream, yes. New video meeting. So, I just want
same stream, different meeting.
And are we sounding good? Please tell me in the comments. I need you to tell me if we're sounding okay.
Keats, if you could check your DMs, I sent you Davey's video that Oswald did.
Yeah.
And Seroth, if you check your DMs, you can join us too if you want to. No pressure. I know you might be busy, but we would love to have you on. So
this was a loud one. All right, you ready? Let's see if I can do this. Boop.
Oh.
Too loud? I feel like that's too loud for everybody. Give me a second. Sorry about that.
Seroth won't be joining us, but I'm glad he's still joining us in spirit and in the chat. So that is something. Thank you, Sarah, and hopefully we'll get to have you on one day very soon. I know that you've been very busy, and my best goes out to you and all. There's only one kind of loud that I know of, Keats. I mean, just kidding.
And that's the breakneck speed, which we all.
Break a lung.
Papa Lungba.
Oh no. Papa Legba is probably the only Loa that I do give weed to. Well, Eshu, but you could say they're two aspects of the same deity, perhaps. Or at least very similar in nature. See, now I said I wasn't gonna go on an occult rant when I came on here, and look at where I'm at.
Did you?
No, I didn't say that, but I did join with the intention of doing music or talking music stuff.
Everyone's watching Davey's little it's like a Dylan Thomas over here. The music's fucking. I think audio of Davey too.
it works though.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
voice.
that's what makes it.
Did you hear his hymn to Pan? Or his recitation of
I was saying I must be in the morning.
I did.
Because
It's really good.
I turned the corner and I was like, well, look at that sexy tree. Check it out. The one in the
I
middle.
feel like Davey
It
along.
looks like
Huh.
Which is great. It sounds totally in rhythm.
Sweet. He might have looped it one time, make it a bit longer. While we're in transition, would it be unprofessional for me to get another drink?
Yes, you have to sit right there while no one's watching.
I will. I mean, hey guys, sometimes when you're in cyberspace, you just gotta.
So this, you go do that. We'll actually take a break, and by that I mean I'll start a new meeting, and we'll be good.
Yes, because we just got our time thing, so this is the perfect time to make a drink. Let the chat sink everything in, and
No one has to leave the chat. No one has to leave the stream. I just do what I want. I mean, a new
Not embarrassing.
and after that we'll pick up and talk more music, or just whatever's on the table.
whatever I want.
Whatever you want, mate. Please don't beat me.
You know what? We'll do an intermission, and I'll put some of mine on.
Yes, that would be awesome.
All two of you. Why you gotta wait?
I know it's really early, Stevie. I
After a series of
appreciate you
last
coming.
straws,
Yeah,
I
it has to
finally
be
left
extremely early
Guardian
for him. It's
newspapers
probably
and
5 in the
left
morning.
The left.
Whoops. Has some nonsense happening. All right,
Right.
we're gonna take a 3-minute song break and come back and get weird.
Sweet.
All right.
Let's get swifty. Hey, that's the cool thing about this though is in the aftermath you can always download this, re-edit it, and like balance out the volumes.
When we are
I don't know who
doing
Frank
the
Toby is, so I can't say
will
if that's a
of
good
our
or a
true
bad
self,
thing.
we are inevitably
I really liked your
doing
new
the
song
will
you
of the
posted
universe.
yesterday,
In
by the way.
magic, these are seen as
I
indistinguishable.
like your drum machine.
But every human soul
I think you've got a really
is in
unique
fact
sound
one
behind it.
human soul. It is the soul of the universe itself. And as long as you are doing the will of the universe, then it is impossible to do anything wrong.
I'm ready, Freddy. Let me lean off screen for like 2 seconds.
Whoops.
Oh, I'm sorry, I farted. I that's why I had to crunch myself like this. Look away. Don't look at me. Look at Keats' pretty purple bat.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I hope you know that it went back on live.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
It was some comedic relief. I've never farted in my life. I was born without a butthole. It makes being gay very tough, but
I imagine.
Dog eat dog world, you know, it's...
I imagine that's the rub. But it's...
Yeah, you said rub. I heard it too.
All right, folks, our levels. I love you guys so much. You guys sit through my shit. I am honestly learning OBS. This whole broadcasting, and I said broadcasting because I read Jason Louv is about to start a stream, and we were just talking about him.
It's a small world.
I hope he's good. I hope that I look to him to see how I didn't mean to laugh just then. I'm just laughing because of the synchronicity of us talking about him recently.
Yeah.
And I actually really did look to him when it came to the Jen's passing because of all of his deep work with Jen, especially at the end of their life. So I'm glad to see, he's back and he's doing things. He emailed me one word when I tried to ask him how he was doing and if everything was cool, and he emailed me back, break. So I took that as like, okay, they're just taking a break, or it's an automated message saying we're taking a break. Yeah. So that's cool. Thanks, so nice to see you. I love you, Stevie Ray. I miss you, buddy.
Stevie Ray has the coolest blues name, and how fitting it is that he has a harmonica. That is just like, now that is a magical synchronicity if I've never seen one.
But I do miss him. I'm very excited to see him live in the chat.
Yeah, me too.
My obligation when I thought, Davy's stream was over, the Lost Word was like switching things, was like, cool, maybe now I can use that window to get my friends who are international, Scotland to Australia, to kind of be a part of it, because it's so hard to orchestrate,
Yeah.
So hard to orchestrate.
Especially with the quarantine thing going on right now, I feel like everybody's home all day, so we just have to kind of accept that, streams are going to overlap in the community, and, but that's the cool thing. Once they're over, everybody will still go back, and there's replay value in that.
Yeah. I have to say, Una asked to specify what kind of break Jason Louv sent me, and it was the EA kind, not the AKE kind. Because the first one, the AKE kind, sounds like, listen, stalker, take a break, And I'm not. I'm really, couldn't be further from.
I kind of want to take EA Coetting's name and spell it in the EA Sports logo.
EA
Coetting. And we'll just put like a big pentagram on the circle part.
Mm-hmm. Well, what should we do now, Sam?
Can I bore you with a few more tunes?
I would love it if you did. stream them again, and I'll make sure that
Yes.
they're.
It would be an honor. It would be an absolute honor.
Because I think just the sound quality is better. Just because that's coming through my system, not that your sound quality over there.
No, it's cool. I know that you're the. I know you've got a. Oh my gosh, I know you've got a OBS on your side, so like it's gonna.
Orbital bowel syndrome. I'm telling you.
Orbital bowel syndrome. That's pretty much what my music is like. Is if the band Orbital took a dump and they just didn't release it. These were the B-sides.
Hey, underrated. Orbital, totally underrated. They're having to come back.
I love them. They're so good.
You gotta love that Hacker soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so weird you mentioned that because I swear to God, I was in the George Clanton stream earlier and he samples the shit out of the Hackers soundtrack. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to remember that specific song from Hackers with the female singing.
I'm thinking, was that Underworld or was that Orbital?
That one was Underworld, I think. Yeah, I think that was Underworld, but he uses that one a lot. Like, there's a couple of his songs that.
Yeah. It's a good song. All right, direct me.
Okay. Let's see. Would you like to hear another one that's a little bit more, poppy or not? Wow. Not Poppy as in the blonde singer, but Poppy, or would you rather hear one that's like a little more occult or?
Yes, occult, mainly.
Occult?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just change my shit, ruin my brain.
Okay, so the only question now I want to ask, Crowley or Burroughs?
Burroughs every day, all day, every day.
Okay. So I did 2 songs sampling Burroughs. I've got Inner Zone and Inner Zone Junk Addict. Which
I think you played Inner Zone Junk Addict for me. Oh, let's do that. 17.
Okay, Inner Zone Junk Addict
makes an 8. I think 8 is our number.
It's 17.
Yeah, let's
17's Inner Zone Junk Addict.
I hate to see a bright young man fuck up and get off on the wrong track.
Hey, can I share one with you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check, check. Oh, did you mute yours? Oh yeah, you muted your Zoom.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I muted myself.
Can I share one with you?
I'd love to hear it, but I can't hear the music you play on my screen.
You'd have to watch the stream. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and share one. I'd love to hear.
I guess you probably couldn't hear it then.
No. I haven't heard any of them.
Probably pull up the stream on something else and listen to it. There's probably a lag. But I just wanted to play this because so I used to use it as the intro to PRAGMAGICK. It was Alan Moore and William S. Burroughs, but it was William S. Burroughs talking about Henry Miller, and he talks about writing as a total environment.
Nice. Okay.
And it wasn't until I talked to Carl Abrahamson the second time that we really talked about what a total environment is, and like what Anton LaVey did with total environments. And it's hilarious because I've heard it a million times, but the little sample sequence ends with, and he was in his total environment.
and then my podcast starts. And so it was one of those like self-fulfilling, like prophetic, oh shit. Like that's what I've been needing to figure out and listen to and talk about the entire time I've been doing the podcast. You know what I mean? And it was in the sequence sample that I put together, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't need to play much.
Absolutely. No, I'd love to hear it. I brought up a window with the stream so I could check it out.
Yeah, so OBS sounds like a serious condition, Una says. I'm telling you, orbital bowel syndrome.
Orbital bowel syndrome.
Brandon Young!
Oh!
Hey, you here? Did you come on in? Come on in, the water's fine.
There he is.
Come on in, the water is fine.
We are now joined by the Unabomber.
Yeah. By the Mad Arab.
Abdul Al-Hazred.
What's up, dude?
I'm keeping in quarantine, jerks. What are you doing?
Fucking
spreading
vacation.
The virus around, spreading this virus, COVID-19. Yeah. No, I heard.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Always.
Fuck you, Sam. That's all I have to say to you is fuck you.
You
fuck
wish you could fuck me, Unabomber.
No, you wish
you could fuck me.
Mr. Oswald Spangler says,
fuck you.
Pay no attention to the brand behind the green
No,
curtain.
pay no attention to me. We're just in the quarantine here, and there is a pandemic.
Was there? What year is it? Time enough.
1984. 1984 is the year.
It's that Twilight Zone episode where I finally get to read, and everybody gets to leave me alone.
And Snake Plissken, yeah, but your glasses break at the very end.
You
want to read? Exactly. You know what I mean?
And I'm the Penguin in the Batman.
Yeah,
show.
But he has a monocle.
Yeah.
And Penguin's a fat fuck. So fuck that guy. Remember when Danny DeVito was like, he had this like hand. It was kind of like a net, like that. It was like a claw.
Yeah. Do you remember when he ate that raw fish?
Yeah, he was like Gollum. I think
so. My favorite story about that Batman movie is the reason why they didn't ask Tim Burton to come back for a second one is the same reason they asked him to come back for the third one was the same reason why they asked him to come back for the second one. They said in the second one, you can do whatever you want. That first one was great. Do a total screwed up fairy tale folklore. You know, he did that. And so, you know, me as a kid playing with toys and realizing how dark, you know, Batman Returns was, you know? It's just it's a hilarious paradigm.
You know what's even stranger is the third one. Batman and Robin.
No,
or is it Batman Forever with Clooney?
Nope, Batman Forever with Val Kilmer. Fourth one is with Clooney.
There's Clooney, but I think that's still Tim Burton, if I'm not mistaken. But it's the one where they have
Tim Burton produced them, but it was Joel Schumacher, famous for The Lost Boys and Flatliners.
That's right.
And,
yeah. So they're ice skating. Director. I remember they're ice skating.
Like Schumacher, I think he's misunderstood. He has a really good style, but
as a fan, or as a how should I say this? As someone who considers the number 23. That movie was fucking horror show. Like,
which one?
Me, the number 23.
With Jim Carrey.
See that? That's
that's
Joel Schumacher too.
Is it?
Yeah. They took the cosmic trigger and made it into a fucking madhouse, like swerve driver into people's brains. Like, you're gonna go crazy, you know. And
I was like 13 years old when I saw that movie. Or no, I might have been a little older than that, but I was pretty young when I saw that.
I think you were 23, Sam. Weren't you 23?
No. 23,
See?
Which is better than 22.
You know, I can't. Yeah. It is confirmed.
As we all know, objectively, in Pythagorean gematria.
It's just one more.
It's just one more. Yeah.
23 skidoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One more is -1 plus 3 divided by x, which is better by definition.
Better. Yeah.
Better. It means better in mathematical resonance. Anyway.
What have you been up to? Like we were talking earlier tonight.
Oh, I've been ghost hunting. You guys want to play? Would you want to play like a clip from my ghost hunting spirit communication?
I would absolutely love to.
Just came out today. I don't know how do I send that? How do I play that?
You want me
to send it in the chat?
Can you send it? Yeah, Sam, please.
I'll send it real quick.
All right. You skip around though. Skip to 120. Yeah.
About the 120 mark is when Brandon says it starts getting really good.
I have a couple rules when it comes to sharing content. One, no buttholes.
There's no buttholes. Yeah.
No buttholes.
Promise.
I can't share anymore. Damn. I'm just kidding.
2 men in masks. Two men in masks. One is fine.
That's okay. We have unmasked horseplay, so that's what we're doing.
You get more than one man in masks, and it's just
no, it's just one man.
Mask.
It's a man in a mask, and his name is Jonathan. Dr. a general. I wanted to tell you guys in the Elizabethan whatever, and I said, okay, you write that book. You dedicate it to me, and he dedicated it to me. Sent me a copy. It's bullshit, So anyway, that's my story with Jason Wu.
Now there is one good thing about that book.
It was a longer story.
There is a
story.
It's a much longer story there, but
now, with the Enochian system in that book, and it is very, very detailed. You can summon a Yoda woman.
You can.
Now, it's not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart or the
no.
Didn't they call her Yodel? Wasn't that her name?
No. Well, no, she's the Yoda woman, and
Yoda woman. The Yoda.
She's a goetic.
Yodel.
She is a Yoda, like Yoda's a goetic demon.
But it's Yodel with 2 L's and an E.
No, she yodels. You can make her yodel. That's the that's the noise she makes when you are giving her cunnilingus through the force that she teaches you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
from a distance. It's force at
distance.
Carmelingus.
Jedi mindlingus. And
trick would have just worked.
I'm sorry.
That's good. That was good.
It writes itself,
No, imagine it, she rides herself too, by the way. And then she sits at the council and but behind the council doors, I'll tell you what, that Yoda woman, you can summon her in the back of the Enochian keys, and she's there. She is there. So Sam, you ready for the
I just want to let actually I did send you the link to the investigation, Keats.
I do look kind of like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, don't I? Like a cool, like a scorpion from H&M. Yeah.
I thought the B was for Brandon.
I look like fucking Scorpion, dude.
It's for Scorpion, dude. It means get over here, or stay over there. Is what it means in quarantine.
You put it in the chat.
You put it in the chat.
Put it in the DM.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
Bro. How dare you, bro?
I got this.
All right, he's on it.
I'm on it.
People in the chat.
Me and Johnny Cage. Yeah.
If you use the code word JRE420, you too can get 10% off on the Yoda Woman fleshlight.
On the Yoda Woman fleshlight, and there's only a limited number because let's just say that pussy can only be open for a little bit.
There's only 23 Yoda Women fleshlight because 23 is better than 22.
We thought about doing 22.
Wait, what's up?
But then someone called us up and said, "Hey, 23 is better than 22." We said, "Yeah, objectively, let's do the numbers." We did the math, and it turns out 23 is better than 22. Turns out, objectively. So we had to make 23 Yoda Woman fleshlights, and after that, we tried each one, and we'll mail them out to you. So for a limited time only, contact Sam about the Yoda Woman fleshlight.
Una's gonna floss and brush her teeth.
Oh, good for you. Hey, Una, good for you.
Yeah.
Practicing hygiene in the quarantine. Thumbs up.
Says when you're 25, Mata Hoople. What's that? All the young dudes. And then Oswald Spengler, always with the catchphrase, Brandon's ready for the apocalypse. But let's play this
Let's play this. I'm gonna have to. Sorry if we keep coming back on screen for doing this, because I gotta monitor the levels. All right, you ready?
Yep.
You can't hear this, Brandon. By the way.
All right. Well,
unless you're streaming it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna stream it.
No, I disinfected my food today with chemicals,
Oh my
so
God,
that's those.
It's an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah. Just go to 120.
120.
120. It was an hour.
Got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Ghost. See, it's really hard.
This is where the shit hits the fan, you guys.
Yeah.
You can see why Zach Bagans.
This is California, Santa Barbara, a little north of Santa Barbara. Just for some context.
Zach Bagans.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Probably this,
but without yelling at
a lot. Yeah.
Without yelling at that demon, we came in peace and we left in pieces.
Whatever exorbitant fee
Yeah.
charge him because he's famous and they know he's rich.
Yeah.
Pay it. And then nothing happens, and he like yells at it, and then you see the whole episode was him just yelling at nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
here we go.
It happens,
Okay.
but at least we didn't get nothing. We did get something in the beginning.
Now you'll see it light up
at the beginning. Yeah.
this device,
that was real.
which is a paranormal.
Spirit,
no, what is it?
in my
Paranology.
opinion, either walking.
Static device.
That was bizarre.
It's wireless. It doesn't work on anything. We had no cell phones around.
The impression I get is
and
the spirit is not.
It's the name of it. And Zach Baggage is the same kind.
With us, yeah.
And you'll see this thing light up in a weird way. Like it'll go yellow, green. Oh no, yellow.
Right.
But I did put my hand
Yeah, not in a sporadic way that if you were to just touch it, then you'll see me go over to touch it in a minute. But that's me filming, and it's not going off yet. So be patient, but here it comes. It's pretty soon anyway. If it didn't go off already.
From inside, but it's an old building, I guess.
John is meanwhile speaking to it. He's trying to communicate with it, and I'm saying, "This is necromancy, John. How dare you?"
This device
and
does what it says.
And then I'm saying, "You want to communicate? Let's just communicate with it." Fine. And he goes over and he puts his like.
Yep.
See, that's
there's kind of like an indoor area where those wooden stakes are to keep people out, and there's like a lock. There's no one behind that door.
I guess I touched it.
Behind us is just like vineyards for like miles, and so this is desolate. This is out of the way. I had no cell phone on me. That's John touching it. Just
greatly appreciated. You feel me?
Just to see how it goes. See, and you just see, you'll see it go off. See how it went off.
Thank you very much.
How do you equate like the color grade? Does green mean I'm a spirit and I feel better?
Yeah, no, it means green means no. Yellow means I'm a spirit and I've come to.
You got a pretty good angle.
Yeah, right there.
No, see, look at, there it goes.
What?
You come
We're
to
gonna
fuck,
be
you
heading
want
off,
to
Spirit, because we made a
have
promise.
sex, and then no, but really, see how that went off like that?
But if you would like to say goodbye, just as a bonus,
Isn't that crazy? Everyone see that?
You could do it a second
It
time.
went off
Only
yellow,
if you want to.
yellow,
No
yellow,
pressure,
green,
no
green, green.
obligations.
I guess there's no red. I thought there was
we
a
are
red.
gonna leave.
It's a
But anyway,
but did you see that?
Ghost.
Now I understand
It is.
the
It's a
technology
aesthetic.
It said
is
go
not scientific from
you know, but in
extreme
color.
Yeah, no, but it does it 7 more times. That's the thing.
peer-reviewed
It does it
perspective.
7 more times, and we were 30 feet away.
device
We were at least
is
30 feet
legitimate
away, zooming
static
in.
meter.
I'm zooming in
And
with an
I guess I
IR light,
charged
not
it
a
enough
regular
when I
light.
touched
We don't
it.
have any EMF on
And I
us. We
did
have no
move
static
my
on.
hands
There's
and
no
stuff.
telephone wires
I
around for
walked away,
miles.
and it
This
did
is in the
it.
middle
It
of
did not.
nowhere.
Yeah, and
so,
it did it
I don't know how to
obviously in
explain
like
it
a
to you guys. I
different
really
and
don't.
intelligent way.
In a slow fashion.
Slow,
but I'm
right,
open
not
to
just a sporadic.
criticism, feedback. Yes.
Really slow.
Yeah,
And then the second one. And then
that was interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we just talk about like creating these pseudosciences or pseudoscientific tools to measure things that are literally outside of our science? Yeah. Yes.
No, but this is inside of our science. This is static electricity. This measures
Or
specifically.
electromagnetic.
No, it's static. This is straight up static. If it was electromagnetic, then I could see it being random.
Okay.
But At some point, I go,
so what is explain to me the parameters of what the colors mean.
Colors just mean
the same in like an audio sense, like red is clipping, green is okay.
I don't know. It's just the different sensors that are on the static meter, and I don't know. I think one might be higher than the other or whatever. But it's such a lightweight 3D printed static, easy static device that when you actually try to manually set it off with your own hands, it takes some force, and it only lights up very sporadically and fast. So, whereas
so my issue with all these is like not with yours specifically, but with the ghost hunting thing.
Oh yeah.
Is using tools, to measure like metaphysical or ethereal reality. Like, I don't think we can think in realms or sciences that the only thing I actually do think has something to do with the interference of radio waves, interference with sound waves. I think there's something there to it, but it has to be analog. It can't be digital. I agree with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's what do I know? I don't fucking know.
No, that's a good point. I think that even since Isaac Newton discovered spooky action at a distance, which was not materialism, but something that two material things could influence each other at a distance. And there was this weird thing, this occult force that he called gravity. That it was the ether. It was only explainable through this thing called the ether.
I love it. Yeah, and I guess we never think about gravity in the on the x-axis.
In the occult form, I mean? but it's actually quite an exact science to such an extent that you can measure solar waves and magnetic waves based on. I mean, Newtonian physics is what got us to the moon, basically. But people don't realize that there is no notion of physical ever since Newton, in my opinion, and many other people's opinion too. There's no coherent notion of what is physical and what is not physical. If you can have a material action at a distance, like, what does that mean? Does that mean that the physical thing is also that other physical thing? So what is physics at this point?
Yeah, the tendrils that tether us together to even fucking perceive between us. Like, what is that? And I think that that's where this stuff lies, I don't know. I've had paranormal experiences. I don't believe anything, honestly. But from my gathering about it was that they are, some of them are reverberations. Like, we are encased in these wooden, was living dociles. Like, and we have a lot of, like, outward energy, and we extract it and punch it forward, and I feel like sometimes it bends back as you would with wood, reverberation. And then, but I have a hard time believing that there's an actual consciousness of your temporary place here that continues on. I think when people talk about ghosts, they talk about humanity.
There we go.
Yeah. You got it? Is everything fine?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I said when people talk about ghosts,
we lost
they talk
him
about.
Again.
Oh shit! Really? Check.
I hate it when OBS does this.
Is it OBS? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's OBS.
Should be good. You hear me?
Okay. Yep. Now we can.
So what I was trying to say is that when people talk about ghosts, they talk about us. We're the preda. We're the, like, hungry ghosts. We're the ones with the small throats and the big bellies. And we're trying to finish our duty to move to the other side. Like, it's about humanity, Did I get that in before I close out? Shit.
Or it either. And it's weird. It's like every time he comes back, we tell him it's okay, and then it cuts out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
It's like that old commercial, yeah. I can hear you now.
I hate if I keep punching this. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, I think, you know, the idea of a ghost, or what we know it collectively, like even colloquially or folklorically, is actually just a human analogy. And I think that we're the preda, the hungry ghosts. We have the small throats and the big bellies, and we're here to solve an issue, to sustain ourselves so that we can move on to the next realm. I think we're the ghosts, is what I'm trying to say.
And that's a cool way to put it, and get to proving, unlike Zach Baggins or someone goes to these ghost hunting shows, a lot of it's CGI sticks. Yeah, get the fuck out here now. You know, hey, we know what's wrong with you, spirit. Hey, you wrong? What's wrong with you? Are you afraid of us? What's wrong with you? We're gonna hunt you. We're gonna hunt you. Even the
Dybbuk box. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I think that, you know, and like, so all that's just acting and Hollywood bullshit and spin. You notice they never reflect on their evidence that they had. They just keep moving on to the next, you know, house or the next investigation. They don't really revisit it. John and I have spent hours and hours and hours thinking about this one experiment that lasted 2 hours and trying to like come to sense with it, you know, in terms of just scientifically. You know what I mean? I love, because it's been, we've reproduced it. We've kind of covered the scientific ground. We just need to have someone else reproduce it now, you know?
And Brandon, I don't mean, when I giggle, it's more about, you know, the reverberations of the Zach Baggins and shit.
Yeah. No, Zach Baggins.
And also, you know, seeing something that's light metered. You know, it's really cool.
Of course.
I don't understand like what that's picking up, but
you
know, at the same time, if you picked it up on EVP, like
it was an EVP, but I'll say this: it was static. But I'll say that if you want to go back and just watch the whole hour of us setting up and getting ready and putting the cameras in place and getting the IR lights ready, that, you know, all this like very intricate stuff. No cell phones were on us because that could interfere with any reading and so on. It was very frustrating being out there. I'll tell you what, like, I did not feel safe out there. You know, I did.
You stumbled into kind of a boiling point of
some kind of vortex.
Yeah. Because
Sam,
it's
weird.
I think you might. I don't know. Maybe you too, Brandon, understand this, but I think they follow. I don't know if it matters so much about where you're at.
Right.
Right. I think there's so much stuff at play. Wow, like, what do you want me to address first? Like the area, or like?
I think there's both for sure, but yeah, I think in my experience is that they follow.
Kenneth Grant was very big into that. He called the word power zones, and his whole idea was there were certain
magic
areas,
spots, or not magic spots, sweet spots.
I guess you could say it's like a magic spot.
Thank you. Yes.
Like these power zones were basically areas within nature that perhaps it could have been a certain area of square feet or whatever it might have been. You know, there were different ways different practitioners worked in the importance of it, or maybe it would have even been a sacred land to an ancestral tribe, whether it was Native American or what it might have been, or, well, depending on your area, Kenneth Grant was British. Or, you know, even just a place that is full of elemental life, forest elementals or water elementals. So I do think that that's part of it. I think that with paranormal investigation, well, gee, man, you know, even a cemetery, in a sense, could be a sacred power zone. That's the power zone of the Gede and the dead.
Well, I was going to say, you know, in your voodoo work, I mean, graveyard dirt is such a large part of it, but it, you know, you have to do it with such reverence and understanding in that. So it's
I'll be honest, it's one that I think, even though I do a fair bit of cemetery work, graveyard dirt is one of those tricky ones that I don't really mess with very much. Like if I was to use it, it probably would be from an ancestor. or somebody that I really loved who died.
Yeah, right. I sleep in graveyard dirt every night, just to let you guys know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, my vampire box, and I mean, what is it called?
Vampire box.
Whatever it is, and I sleep in that, and I say good night, everybody, and I sleep during the day.
God, what's it called? My vampire box. Coffin.
Vampire coffin.
You know that shoebox thing that vampires like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, EA Co-Editing said I could make a shoebox, so I did.
And you can kill your
By the way, he called me up. EA Co-Editing called me up himself after this video dropped, and he said, Brandon, we've changed the game. We've changed the game on everything occult that we know of. And at the same, that Neil deGrasse Tyson, or whatever his name is, he called me up too, and he said, thank you, Brandon, for exploring these spiritual realities that we didn't know existed. So you're changing the paradigm of science. And I said, you're welcome. So,
well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna have another musical break for about a minute.
Many people are saying this.
We're gonna start a new Zoom, and I'll send you guys the link.
All right.
Now that you'll have songs, you'll be entertained. So just
do I look like Darth Vader a little bit? Like a little bit.
I thought you were Scorpion.
Scarf Vader. Come on. Nothing? No one? Shit. Alright, I'm alone. Alright. I'll send you guys a new link here, because we're cheap.
Is he a ghost?
His clan got murdered by... Yeah, I don't think it's played yet. Or hold on. No, it is playing. Yeah, it just started playing. No, actually, you sound great. That's kick-ass. They can't hear us right now. They can only hear me. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to get a chaser. So we're having like a Beavis and Butthead moment to your own song. I'm gonna grab a smoke and a chaser during our intermission here.
I am weightless. Resilient, you release the skin we're in. Then he said, been fun, kid, let's never, ever do it again.
I can.
There I am. Hello. I'm gonna, because I was DJing so much, I have to go have a cigarette.
Awesome.
After Brandon comes in, and then you guys can talk amongst yourselves. And then you guys can talk about what a piece of shit I am that I still smoke cigarettes.
Brandon smokes cigarettes. I'm about to smoke a cigar.
Cigar is like, I don't know, not nails, more thuds in the coffin. Yeah.
The cigar, mate.
Cigar. Hey, we have 6 current viewers. I love every single one of you. I can't believe that. We lost like 2.
You cost us.
We lost 2 really quick. They're like, oh, I've got somewhere else to be right now, but that's fine.
I have important quarantine stuff to do.
Hey, it ain't me, babe.
Babe. No, it ain't me, babe.
Let's see if Brandon Forever Young comes back.
Forever Young.
If anyone else wants to jump in too, like this has been so much fun.
For sure.
Thank you so much, the 4 of you that are hanging on tight with us.
You keep me hanging on. Woo woo.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Join the stream, why don't you, babe? Click the link, why don't you, babe?
I'll tell you what. I can play a video, but you can't see it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I can play a video, but you can't.
You'll have to stream it. Is that cool?
Yeah. No. Send it to me in the DMs if you can.
Well, it'll be on our stream. You can.
Okay.
I guess it's a little delay. Yeah.
That'll work. Let me find it.
I don't know. I was walking down memory lane, and by that I mean a year ago. It's like really trying to figure my life out with stuff. I don't know if everyone has seen this or you have.
I might have.
Animated.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. I forget the name.
Oh, I'm on the camera now. Everybody can see my mug.
Yeah. Oh, I'll change it. But
no, it's good.
Oh, you see it on your thing. Well,
yeah, I thought. Yeah, I see it on my thing, Bob.
I figured I'd just use this to play some of my music. How's that? That's not like an ass.
Yeah, man. I thought you wanted me to screen share it for you, though. Is why you said that.
Oh no, I'll do it.
Okay.
If you wanna stream it on something else to look at it, or in your computer.
Yeah, I've got a separate window so I can see it.
Okay, not a big build up. I mean, there's only a brilliant 5 of you. I love you guys. Thank you. But I also
thank you for spending your Saturday night here with us.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
I'm glad that we can chill as a community and do our own thing. This is the best. He's in public holding now that he's in prison, so like maybe there's like a real life Fat Albert gang, like he's chilling out at the cafeteria table. There's a dude.
You thought I was doing a Bill Cosby?
Yeah, that wasn't Bill Cosby.
That wasn't, but now it is.
Who was it supposed to be?
I don't know.
It's the dude. I thought it sounds like Bill Cosby. Pudding.
Yeah. No, that would be. What was it? Forget it. I'm not gonna do it.
You kids say the darndest thing.
Yeah, can't do it. All right.
I'm Dr. Huxtable.
We're gonna do this.
Don't take too much GHB from the health food store unless, you're a pretty lady. It's kind of different. I'll buy you a drink. Okay, that one was in poor taste.
And that's why we're going to watch a music video right now.
I'm sorry.
try not to like alienate our audience, okay?
I'm not. I promise.
Hey.
That was awesome.
Oh, thanks. I had a little issue with this Adobe box.
Yeah, I saw the Adobe pop up for just a second. Who animated your... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, the Adobe thing. Yeah. It was animated by Logan Ford, who is a part of We the Hallowed, and a good friend of mine, dear friend of mine. Can you hear me?
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, sorry. Like I'm learning how to just juggle all this. I think we're good, right?
Your glasses are like this is the OCD in me. Your glasses are like ever so slightly tilted. There you go. They're good now.
Yeah, it's the OCD in me too. When I'm not running to go like, wait, what happened?
Is it the OCD or is it the ODB? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby.
My Gert.
Yeah. Rest in peace to ODB.
Well, why don't we, I don't know. Let's watch some things people send us that aren't awful.
If anybody has anything they'd like to share that's not copyrighted.
Of their music, of original stuff, Baz, Una, Oswald is brilliant. We could just play.
Yeah. Does Oswald have a way to send you stuff?
He does. Yeah, he sends me stuff on.
Send us some original music, Oswald.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a little music hangout. But in any case, I don't know where Brandon is. He's probably over it.
I never got to tell Brandon the legend of Scorpion. I never got to be a Mortal Kombat nerd. That's okay.
Yeah.
He can play all the games like I did. Wah. Just kidding.
You know, I'm really annoyed by this. Can I do this real quick?
No, you cannot do something on your own program which you control. I forbid it.
Can I do that?
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
No, it's still annoying. I do have a green screen. But it doesn't.
Oh, that was a cool altar. That last one with the cross, I've never seen it before.
Oh, yeah. So this is, it's actually my altar. Yeah. So is the other one.
Yeah, I think I've seen the, I won't say her name out of respect, but I think I've seen you show the actual one in your room that you showed me.
I came out with her.
Nice.
I also used her as my altar, like a picture I took of my altar as the cover art for my last record, because that's 2017 when I started using or utilizing. No, that all sounds shady. When I started working with her, and my life was in such a beautiful panic, and it was amazing. I mean, where we are now is a lot to do with all of it. And so that was kind of my way of giving thanks, you know.
It's really interesting how things like that open doors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I think it was, well, I guess I shouldn't name names either. You know, it's a weird trajectory when it comes to sharing spell work. And I think that people... And Nish was a big naysayer about it. Like, don't show people your spell work. Like, it's gonna lose, you know, potency or whatever. And then, you know, I have someone like Braun, who I talked with yesterday, that is very much like, nah, flaunt it, you know. But that's kind of their air.
That's kind of been my take on it too, and I think the only reason I'm like that is I mean, I know for me, it never, like, I can only speak from my own opinion or experience, but, like, it's never really diminished in power for me showing it. But at the same time, I think that the only reason I feel compelled to do so isn't to show off or anything. It's not like I'm trying to brag. It's more just, I remember when I was a lot younger and I wanted to get started in a lot of this stuff and nobody would show me how. I had nobody that would help me. So I had to really, you know, tread the waters through trial and error. And that can be tough sometimes. And if I'm able to, oh, that's beautiful. Hell yeah. Man, that's a pretty solid altar you got there.
Oh, it's real pretty. Yeah, but that, you know, that's a document of a place and time that I was working in, like a couple of years ago. I guess now it'd be 2017. God, 3 years ago, but only because it was like late 2017. But I don't know if you know this, but my whole trajectory like was really how do I put this, was put on a fucking very straight narrow path after the eclipse of August 2017.
I had I won't say what happened to me. I was in the hospital that day.
No way.
I stayed the night in the hospital, and yeah, the very next day when I got home out of the hospital, there was a video by Michael Berdio about Mama and Brigitte. Mm-hmm. He posted on this channel, and I thought that was a really interesting coincidence.
Yeah, so it was, you know, in Oregon we got the total eclipse, so we got it in totality. We were like one of the few, I guess, across that line in America. And I went out and I did a meditation retreat for 3 days beforehand, like completely alone. You know, went out there with people, but never the tween met again. And spent 3 days meditating or just documenting hard, like what, you know, as you do in personal grimoires and stuff. And that's what's funny about talking about that power spot or that like hot spot, because I went and did that in the woods, and you know, I brought her along and did this entire ritual, and I actually write about it a bit. You can find it on We the Hallowed, but it's like, I'm always very careful to say, because it sounds like someone shooting themselves in the face with magic. I was really, really, like, just fucking brash with everything. You know, I was lucky to have, you know, read some stuff of Stephen Skinner and understand that, like, all the cleansing stuff and all the preparation you do beforehand. But I was mixing so much, so much, and I did it all under this thing, and it set me. That's where PRAGMAGICK came from, actually.
That's awesome, though. Yeah. Like, I think that I don't know, whenever I got my Holy Guardian Orisha last July, somebody had told me, we know you like, which my Holy Guardian Orisha was Obatala, but he was telling me, Sam, I know you like Eshu very much. I know you like Papa Legba, and you can serve both. You can be in 10 different religions if you want to be, and there's nothing wrong with that, but don't mix them together. If you serve Eshu, serve him separately from Papa Legba. Don't put all that shit on one altar. But it's completely fine if you do it. You know, you can really continue doing whatever you want as long as you do it respectively in its own, you know, in its own lane, so to speak. And
yeah, and I was, and I talked to Braun about this too, you know, because he's, you know, obviously of generations of ancestral magic, and I kept telling them that, like, I, you know, growing up, for me, Santa Muerte was the, like, boogeyman, or it was the thing that my Catholic mother was like, don't look at, you know, do something else, or, like, pay attention to something else. But of course I loved it, and I became somewhat, or more, I became an outsider in the sense that's not cool outsider, but like somebody that was very outside, you know, the social norms of our religious practices, even when I was in Judaism and stuff with my stepmom and stuff. And so she always sang to me, and I had to talk to somebody that was kind of deep in it, like, is this okay? Am I appropriating it? I mean, I hate that word, but you know what I mean. Am I giving enough reverence and it not being blood? And of course, the whole thing was like, if it sings to you, just do it. Yeah.
That's the thing, I think it's something that, I definitely do. I mean, I do the same thing. If I hit a brick wall, I look to, those older and more experienced than me as well. But I think at the end of the day, if it's something that really touches you in here, it's something that you have to decide, okay, if this is right for me, does this feel right or does this feel a little out of place, And,
yeah, absolutely. And there's also, there's deeper references too with this, how do we put this? I guess we'll call it spirits for lack of a better term because I'm a airbrained asshole right now. But like, you know what I'm talking about. Like these beings, these deities, these like currents that we're working with. There's got to be reverence. There's got to be a place born of faith, of understanding, of trust that you're not, using it to fuck their shit up, let alone your own, And so that was like, to me, that was like when I bridged out of what the commonplace understanding of chaos magic was. I understood that like using magic isn't always about results, in the sense that it's about the journey. It's about growth.
Totally, because your journey. I mean, and even I think some left-hand path systems would say the same thing. It's not about I'll show you how Aleister Crowley did it, or I'll show you how Anton LaVey did it, or whatever. It's Keats' journey. It's your journey. Right. Yeah. So, and I think that's what people really of all magical faiths really need to embrace is how do these results really play an interactive part in my own life. But
yes, absolutely. And I think it's, I don't know, I don't think it's said enough about how you need to fucking hang tight with, and that's the reason why I love Braun so much, is because there's so much passion and even anger in the currents that we're working with that are blood, and it's it's coming from somebody that is not only a mutt but an orphan,
with the Babalao who I've learned a lot from and who's really helped me a lot. He told me, Sam, it's very interesting that you're into this stuff. He said, even though you don't have any African or Haitian blood in you, there's a very good chance that maybe, you had a ancestor that was a colonialist or was in one of these islands at the time, and maybe that's why you are so drawn to it. Maybe there is an ancestor somewhere down the line that was either initiated in that tradition or played a part in it somehow.
That was my favorite topic with Braun, and I've been in the room when they've had to explain this because, unfortunately it's exclusionary at some points. Right. I mean, that's just what it is. And
it depends on the house.
Right.
By the house, I mean, who's teaching you, and that's another thing that even just goes outside of bloodlines and race. Voodoo is such a tricky one because it's not even so much about, you can read one of these books or Wikipedia articles and they'll say, oh, this spirit likes this color candle and this kind of food and this is their veve. But I think the real core differences in it are depending on who you learn from, everybody's way is going to be just a little bit different.
Yes. And
everybody's way is going to be just a little bit different.
And that's what I mean. So it's like finding this artifice, in a sense, of a projection of what you want mixed between the two, but you also want to give reverence both,
Right.
And it's a hard line to toe, especially when it comes to some currents that are so steeped and deeply troubled in oppression and other things like that I think that us in this day and age. I often wonder too, like, what's the pandemic, kind of magic that's going to be born out of this?
That's true. Like, I think really all I've noticed so far from people of all kinds of different faiths, the message seems to be the same. It seems to be this idea of we're stuck at home, but don't look at it necessarily as a curse. If you've been lucky or fortunate enough to avoid this virus,
right,
take the time, think about it. The gods have kind of blessed us finally with enough free time that we can work on these, rituals uninhibited for long periods at a time. So that's a very important thing, and I hope that a lot of people will come out of this a little bit stronger and a little bit more enlightened.
Sam, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Can you go into Zoom and choose the virtual background, but say that I have a green screen, and I think your green screen warriors are going to be gone?
Let me see. Choose a virtual background.
Yeah.
I've tried to do this
chroma
before.
key. I mean, you're also in like a weird precipice.
Yeah, I am at a weird ass angle.
But still, this is like, look at this. This is what it is when I have nothing but a apartment behind me, I think you'd find it fun. Yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
Or is this people Una Baz 9 to land? How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, cool.
How annoying is this ghosting of a background?
You're just transversing dimension.
Annoying.
Keats is a voltigeur.
Yeah.
I can't get it to work right now, but I promise I'll work on it.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know why you think it's because I have a Mac? Oh, it's our friend Jack Parsons.
Wait.
Excellent. Hey.
It's fun to me. It's also our friend Eraserhead.
Oh, I love that. That was my favorite movie for the longest time. It's I still love it. I love all of Lynch. Like,
what do you think was the moral of the Eraserhead story?
Ooh. Here's the thing. This is my own interpretation. I don't think it has a moral, but I think it tells a symbolic story. I think that...
I guess, moral would probably be demeaning it in a way.
But I don't think it's demeaning. I think it's a weird movie because Lynch, for one, will never talk about what his true vision was behind it. So everybody's interpretation is just kind of left, open. It's like watching a 2-hour Kenneth Anger movie. It's but I think.
So, can I tell you what mine is?
Yes.
This is why you don't let grandparents raise children.
Oh God. It's
I'm just kidding. That's not at
cool.
all what I mean. The homunculus, though. The whole point is the homunculus.
I kind of looked at it like symbolic of a man's broken relationship and his mental suffering.
Yeah.
Because you know how in the very beginning you see that scene of a guy in this old shed that looks like he's eaten up with leprosy, and he's pulling these levers. There's like 4 or 5 levers, and he'll burp, and it'll show him periodically through the movie. And you see this whole relationship that Henry has with Mary X and the weird parents. And of course, there's once he has this deformed baby, which I think even the baby itself, in its whole kind of misshapen, I hate to use that word, but just deformed, mutated state. I think that's like symbolic of their relationship gone awry.
Yes.
Because she's a complete bitch, and you have so much other things going on, like the lady who lives in the apartment that seduces him and sleeps with him, or even the lady in the radiator. I kind of felt like the lady in the radiator was almost like his fantasy or his own inner hope or pleasure that he looked to for some kind of comfort in the chaos.
I'll tell you what like I was joking with that.
No, you're good. That was like, and all this
bad joke.
I could be full of shit,
but
honestly,
you know. That's just my actual disillusion. It's almost like the Chernobyl of the nuclear family.
No, I actually think that's a really good metaphor.
Yeah.
There's what a good word for that too. The nuclear family.
I mean, that's what it was like, because you understand David Lynch is like obsessed with 50s pop, even musically. Like his music is all very Fender, tremoloed guitar, like, and rockabilly sensibilities, and like all of his movies have to do with this dynamic between male and female, interpersonal dynamics that have to do, you know, with nothing but degradation, you know? And so I think Eraserhead is absolutely like what he almost birthed what his entire thing was going to be about with that, you know.
No, I agree though. Like I think even though his stories and stuff got a little bit more linear and coherent as they went along, you still see shades of Eraserhead through his whole filmography.
Yes,
Twin
absolutely.
And, you know, Mulholland Drive and just the whole thing, Lost Highway. Like there's shades of maybe
Lost Highway is so underrated. Can I say that? Also,
true.
As far as score goes, I love.
Yeah, great soundtrack.
Score. Yeah, so good.
9 Inch Nails, and there's just a lot of good shit on there.
Yeah, was it the Marilyn Manson Apple of Sodom?
Yeah. Oh man.
Or my favorite is Lou Reed. The This Magic Moment.
Yeah.
So different and so new. It's like any other. Yeah. That's so good.
Here's a fun thing to think about. In Eraserhead, we almost get the first peek of like a prototype of the Black Lodge.
Right, of Twin Peaks, yeah, sure.
Because it shows that room with the black and white,
part,
the big curtains.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I think he was that's what I'm saying. Like, it was always about, like, if you look at, you know, Blue Velvet, it begins with an ear in the grass.
And bugs.
Nuclear family, like, beautiful Burbank, California, different colored houses, suburbs, mowing, you know, and it just zooms into this. And it's always about the underbelly of, like, what, you know, what bare bone kind of habitat is, you know?
I think it's a very realistic picture in the way he presents it, though, because Twin Peaks is the same way. The whole, especially if you watch Fire Walk with Me, the way you see Laura Palmer's whole family, you know, she's this pretty blonde girl, and, you know, she has a boyfriend and goes to high school and blah, 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 has 2 happy parents, but behind the scenes, they're all doing coke and, like, there's murder, and it's just fucking crazy. And then I won't even get into Bob. Bob's
right.
a whole can of worms.
You're right about Twin Peaks being kind of the culmination of a shit. It's Blue Velvet in the sense that it is about, you know, a do-gooder, like, and played by the same actor, Kyle MacLachlan, like, thrown into this really dark underbelly of a nuclear family type thing. And then you have, you know, have you ever seen, so David Lynch had this website in the late 90s. I remember it because I used to visit it all the time, and I forget what it is. So him and Tim Burton both had once. Tim Burton had Stain Boy, which was this Flash animation thing. It was really cool.
Nice.
Actually, I haven't seen it in so long. But Stain Boy, yeah, and his illustrations are really beautiful to see animated. But then David Lynch had one, and it was all about this like racist, get the fuck out of my lawn, like.
I have seen that. I think it's called Stupid Land or Stupid Bill, something like that.
Dumb Land.
Dumb Land. That's what it was.
Yeah. Interesting, right? It's always about like the underbelly of suburbia. Yeah.
There's I actually had it was the only song I released last year. I got invited to be a part of a Twin Peaks compilation called Sounds from the Black Lodge.
Hell yeah.
And
it's the best place to get sounds from.
Exactly. And I did a song called Black Lodge Initiation for that, but
can we
I was
play it?
really happy. Yeah, I was gonna suggest if you wanted to. It's a pretty long song. It's like 6 minutes long, so if you want, we could only play we don't have to play the whole thing. We could play the first third.
Put it in the Zoom chat.
Okay. Will do. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, I love this. I love sharing music like this. Is my favorite. This is my favorite. Because how many times does everyone in the chat stand and sit there with friends in a long night and are like, hey, you should listen to this. Hey, you should listen to that. Yeah. Now we can do it virtually.
That is true. It's it takes me back to the days before the internet, whenever you would go in the CD store, and I remember literally just buying albums off of either seeing somebody's t-shirt or just word of mouth, where people would be like, hey, have you ever heard of this band? And I'd be like, no, I've never heard of that in my life. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they're kind of like this band mixed with this band. You should check them out. And you would take the risk. You would spend your $20 and, oh man, I hope this is good. But you would find so much cool shit that way, honestly.
So I used to steal. So I lived in Phoenix. I lived next to a pawn shop. I don't know if I ever told you this story.
No, I don't think so.
But I used to steal CDs from the pawn shop because local, people hard up and stuff would go rip off, bigger stores and then sell them to the pawn shop. And then I had it in me to go just steal the CDs. I got caught. And this is a true story. I got caught with Beavis and Butthead Do America's soundtrack.
Yes.
That's how good I am. It was Beavis and Butthead. No, I'm just kidding. It's terrible.
Hey, I like the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack. Miracle Man by Awesome. Roller, hey y'all, roller coaster.
Yeah. That was silly stuff. Silly stuff. But how's everyone in the chat? They're probably not.
Oh, I sent you that link in the in the Zoom chat.
Good.
This one was under slow. I got invited to do another one, but it's not going to be. It's called Sounds from the White Lodge, but it won't be out until next year, 2021.
Okay, I'm gonna flip it onto my computer.
Okay.
We'll play it, and you can talk over it if you'd like.
Let's see. Okay, no worries. I had just muted my mic so I didn't have, playback feedback coming through the microphone. Because I've got your stream open in another window.
sounds like Angela Badalamenti. You know?
Thank you.
His Mulholland Drive score is like one of my favorites.
Sorry. That was my bad. That was why I muted my mic the whole time.
Oh, I thought that was part of it. It was good.
It was part of it. I had overlapped. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'll shut up. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I did pattern that one specific piece off Angelo, though. Like, I tried to do it similar to, like, a little bit of the Twin Peaks intro, the chords, but I changed it around, like, the final few notes.
So everyone can see what this is. Go buy it. Oh, it's sold out.
You can still buy it digitally.
That's awesome. You printed it on a cassette.
Yeah, or the company did. It was so popular, even I didn't get one of the cassettes. Sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I've always been really inspired by the Blade Runner soundtrack.
Exactly. That's great. Good stuff. We can talk over it.
Okay. I'm up for that.
It's in the background still.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of ambient music. It does make a good soundtrack, no pun intended.
You gotta love that, like, faint green, shocking.
Yeah, whoever did the artwork for this did a really great job. They really nailed the aesthetic. Tiny Mixtapes wrote a review of it, oddly enough, and I was really happy to see that Kyle MacLachlan even saw it. And
really?
Yeah, that was pinned on my Twitter like for the better half of last year because I was just so proud of that. I thought to myself, even if nobody else hears this song, the fact he heard it is like, yay.
That's the jam.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for playing my stuff tonight. I really appreciate it.
I love this. I mean, this is exactly what I hope to get for the audio sigil. You know,
that's kind of what I won't lie, I haven't actually put the pieces together, but that's kind of what I'm going for is it's supposed to be to reflect our magical practice, and I'm thinking a little bit of voodoo and a little bit of Satanism, but also something else, something that's something different.
I love it. Yeah, so you are thinking about it in the praxis terms, which is
yes,
that's my favorite. Yeah,
I want to do it in a. You know what's weird? This is probably the weirdest comparison I could make, but I've been thinking a lot about, and my song probably won't sound like this, but I've been thinking a lot about Malcolm McLaren and how he kind of used a lot of drum beats from African tribes in his music, and I was thinking if I can get one solid beat to really tie it all together, probably something of a voodoo type of energy. I think that would.
I don't know if you heard that, but with the Dakota Slim animation I played you, that song had everything to do with an Ethiopian jazz kind of.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've never heard Ethiopian jazz.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's brilliant, but like there is like it transcends the idea of rhyme and meter, where it's literally just, just feel. It's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love the song and I love the video as well. I really liked your the other video you played before that. Is that your newest song?
I'm not sure.
The one with the skull that you played? Spinning? It was like a cow skull or a goat skull, maybe? Or a dog skull, I think. It was a dog skull, isn't it?
No, so that's just a song. That's an animation for We the Hallowed, and I just, in OBS, put a song in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know how interested people are in hearing more of my music, but you're always welcome to send me more,
Yeah, play some Dakota Slim.
So this is one. Yeah, if I was going to do one, actually, you know what? I'll just play the YouTube thing, because I just did it, and I did it.
Oh, sweet.
I did a, so I'm trying to go back as like a retrospective about where, my audiomancy started. So I put the first one in where I was in like a destitute position. I was sleeping on an ex-girlfriend's couch, trying to get off of bad stuff, and I had nothing but a broken guitar and an organ, and I wrote this song.
Oh, wow.
And like, I used my mouth as the rhythm and as the like chant. It's not a it doesn't mean much, but it's where is it? Here it is. But it's just something I've been toying with about going through a retrospective about that. Especially in magical terms. This is probably me at my lowest low and me chanting, to the universe or whatever I thought the universe was at that time. To do something new. So, I don't know if you can hear it with your stream play, but
I can, but I'll have to mute my mic so it doesn't feed back through, you know what I mean?
Here we go.
can crave. Good-natured boys you can't relate. Just like a ghost you can't come when. Whenever you want. Whenever you want to stop. When you want. When you want. Stop when you want.
This kicks ass, by the way.
Thanks.
I love this.
I was in a real blad. I was in a real blad place.
Holy shit.
To me, that's like when the, that's when the audiomancy took hold. That's when I knew I could use music to soothe myself out of, funks.
No, totally, man. Totally.
And I did like a little lyric video. It's so silly too, because like back then, that was all glossolalia, That was all like I didn't write those lyrics down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I just sang them. Yeah.
Damn.
That's why it's like funny making a lyric video for it. It's like
that's making a lyric video straight from the soul.
Well, there's a part in the song where I just don't include the lyrics. I have no idea what the fuck I said. All right, now one of yours.
Okay, I've got one that in my opinion, I don't think there's anything I've made that could follow up that, because that was just awesome. Okay,
I appreciate
that. Fucking awesome.
But that's bullshit.
But, I will suggest one. I want you to play a song called "Drinking in a Bar Alone," and I'll tell you which number it is, but I've got to pull it up real quick.
Hell yeah. Drinking in a Bar Alone. I got one of those too. Got many of those, probably.
Let's see. And I know it's towards the bottom. It's one of the last songs on the album. It is number 31.
I love this. Una says, there is the body, and when the legs fail, there is crawling. And when the body fails, there is the whisper.
Nice.
Jesus.
That's painful.
Beautiful. That's like... Ugh, I got shivers. That's like, yes, Una, I love you. Thank you.
We have 7 viewers now.
I know.
Holy shit.
Yeah. For a last minute, Baz, I like the anarchic Buta, but Sankai Juku is pretty good.
Baz mentions Clan of Zymox. I was actually I'm not even the hugest fan of them, but I remember they were one of the very first sort of ambient electronic acts I discovered, and I think that had a big influence on me when I was around 14, 15, when I was finding all my Brian Eno and stuff like that for the very first time.
Jets, taking Tiger Mountain by storm. Those are my favorite.
Now, I actually didn't hear those till I was much, much older, within the last year or so. But those are great. Yeah, I love both of those. I think they're amazing.
Yeah. This is so much fun, Sam. Thank you for being here with me.
Dude, thank you for giving me a platform. I love it. Thank you for sharing with me. Like, this is
This is how it should be. Like,
I
feel
done
more
a music
connected
stream
than I did, before all of this quarantine nonsense. It's funny.
No, I feel the same way. I think that we don't have much of a choice about the quarantine, but we can use it to the best of our own means. We have a choice what we can spend our time doing.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen, brother. Ashe, Olafia.
Oh yeah, sorry, Baz, you're right. It's by strategy, not by storm. Taking Tiger Mountain by strategy. Yeah. You're absolutely right. God, my favorite part is the chat too. Hey, if you guys think that you have some original music that you want to share, we would love to play it and listen to it. I don't know, Una, if you have any of your stuff on YouTube or Bandcamp or whatever, but I would absolutely love to play it. Una's really amazing.
Yeah, Una, Oswald, anybody who wants to submit something, go ahead. Feel free to send it to Keats. I'd love to hear it. I posted the link to my song in the Zoom chat here on the thing.
As is always right. Yes. Yes, you are, sir. Senpai. Okay, you sent your link in the chat. Sorry, I'm like
yes.
trying to pay attention here. I forget that I'm.
No, you're fine.
Doing things.
I would share it myself. I just don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out.
I love you, Mary. She's so sweet. She's watching a movie. Okay, is he ready? We do this. We do this. And then... shining and
Thank you. No, he's a huge influence on me. He's wow, I found out about him through my friend's mom, of all people, when I was about 15 years old, and he's one of those rare life-changing artists that I don't think I've ever heard a Peter Gabriel song I didn't like.
I was lucky. My father was obsessed with
That's right, I forgot he did that. He did Birdie as well. The score for the movie called Birdie.
Shining and beautiful, shining and beautiful, shining and beautiful, shining and beautiful.
Dude, I love it. Holy shit. I love slow, too.
Thank you.
You didn't think that was a word, right?
Well, I thought it was like... because I figured I slowed down a lot of clips, so I was trying to be kind of funny about it. And there was I guess the joke now is a little politically incorrect. The very first album was called He's Slow, but it was spelled like that. And there was a meme at the time of a kid in a wheelchair rolling off the top of a building. And it looked like a stunt some high school kid pulled. And he's like... the camera caught it just as the wheels leave the edge of the building, and he's like flailing down like this into a parking lot. And it was kind of a poor joke. It was a parody. The album cover was a parody of Van Halen's Women and Children First.
That's funny.
And
I can try something crazy. I can try to bring up one of the new music editing, things that I'm working on. See if it actually... I don't think it will. I don't know if it'll be... we can try. Obviously, you won't be able to hear it, Sam, in just the whatchamacallit. Alright, let's hear if we can hear this. Can people hear that? Yeah, it's like in a different... I don't think they can. Because I wanted to share something I'm working on now. But I'll have to screw around with it more. Because I don't think the outputs work better. But what I can do is play something else. Because that's all we have. Sam is each other and something else.
Yeah, the something else is the really important part. That's the mysterious neither Lovecraftian in between.
Oh, you said neither. How about I play a song I wrote called Neither?
Hey, I would love to hear that song. I would love, as an Austin reader, of course.
Hey, this is my old band called Spare Spells.
You told me about that. Yeah. You had a band that referenced Austin Osman Spare.
All right, so this isn't going to be a video, unfortunately, because we never did the video. But yeah, here we go. We'll do this. This is from the album The Narrows, which we're still making the comic book for, and it goes like this. yeah, so there's that one. We'll go back to this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh yeah, you're still listening to the... So you're on a delay.
Wow. Hey, that lead guitar, whatever effect you used on that, that was awesome. That kicked ass.
I broke my ass for 9 months. Right before the ritual that changed everything, and I quit all of it. For 9 months, I mastered, mixed, played most of the things, did everything, and it broke my heart. It's one that I like. I'm very proud of, and I should be. Like, I keep telling myself, like, it's mine. Like,
that's a kick-ass song. No, I love that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, we have some videos too, which I'll play later. But it's your turn.
I'm gonna send. So this is actually a remix of a song that I made. I made the original, and a friend of mine remixed it. He goes by the name MP3 Neptune now, or Cat Lights. They're two different projects, but it's the same person. But it was a song I made called Cyberball. And when I made it, I was trying to make my own genre. But that whole idea, like...
It started playing. Hold on.
Oh, sweet.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So I'd just keep it as a song. Yeah, this one's on SoundCloud.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do this.
Okay.
I love everyone in the chat for hanging out with my bad technical difficulties. I appreciate you guys.
We've got that magic number 8.
That's it means everything. Honestly, like I did not like. I was where that person we were talking about was, where I thought numbers were better than other numbers.
All numbers are created equal.
Exactly, they really are, and they've got a beauty to them. And 8 meant everything with like me and Mary, and so 8. My last record that's kind of about our union and magic and all of that. It's 7 tracks, but it's 8 hidden songs. You know.
Ooh, hell yeah! Right.
So let's do you.
Sweet. Hope everybody enjoys. You're a tough act to follow, so I can't promise it'll be on the same level as yours.
But no, this is great. You're on. Sweet. I love it.
That orange dinosaur is actually in downtown Jacksonville. I don't know. Yeah, that one's in downtown Jax. He was actually from an old golf course that got torn down, and they built a shopping mall or a little strip mall on top of it. He's right outside of a head shop and a Buffalo Wild Wings, I think. So, but yeah, they apparently people in the area liked the dinosaur so much that they voted, and they actually voted to keep the dinosaur. So, thank you. I'm proud to say I did the guitars on this one. That wasn't sampled. So. big shout out to MP3 Neptune. I want to work with him again. He's a good guy. And he's got a lot of other dope stuff too that you guys should check out. If you like Vaporwave, we dig him.
Sure, I guess I don't really understand it. But if this is it, I like it.
This is more its own thing. Like, I was trying to do my own genre when I made this, and I wanted to call the genre Cyberwall or Cyberball, maybe.
Yeah, Cyberball. Yeah.
It kind of flopped, and I decided maybe
it's living great now.
I thought maybe it would be cool to revisit this idea. Maybe make an EP called Cyberball. Hey, that's what I say. If I do, I'll invite you to come do a track with me if you'd like. I would love to do it. Well, I do need to borrow $20. I mean, Thank you.
That was the jam.
Thank you.
No, seriously. Like maybe that's what is needed, is because that's obviously a remix. So it's somebody that's, taking what you created and then putting some sort of spin on it, right? And it's almost like a rhythmic spin.
Yeah, he did give it a little bit of a better drum than the original one had. Like the original one's good. It's on my album A Day at the Beach, but
I'd love to hear the original, honestly.
The original is very similar, but it's a little more chaotic. Like it's a little bit more I don't know, I feel like his hip hop beat here really tied it together in a way that perhaps the original failed to do.
Now that you're going SoundCloud, I'm like, let's see what's up with Dakota Slim on SoundCloud. I forgot about it. Yep.
Oh, snap. Here we go, boys and girls. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just old school. I'm trying to think what other, videos I have. Might as well just, we kept with spare spells. I worked my ass off for years. So what other people played some instruments on that shit? That's all mine. It's all of it. It's all mine. But there's this one that, so I've been writing this comic book now for 3 years.
Oh, shit.
I shouldn't put it that way. I have written this comic book, and it has been in process of being illustrated for 3 years. And Joel, the drummer of Spare Spells, is doing it, but he's doing it amongst a litany of lifestyle or life shit. He's a real big deal in the web development game.
like, not a problem that it's taken this long because he's so fucking cool and so brilliant. But he created this video. He created this video with some 3D software and stuff. And yeah, this is what it goes like. actually goes into that song we just played. So the thing with this album is that every song bleeds into the next. And that's what I'm trying to do with the new We the Hallowed audio sigil. I'm going to mix and master it so it goes seamless and beautiful, like one big track, but I'll separate everything out. So
that kicked ass. I gotta tell you, man, that music video was so intense I almost couldn't look at it because I could see, like, no bullshit, I could see somebody having a seizure unintentionally.
Oh, sure, yeah. I guess I never considered that.
Or an epileptic result. Yeah. And so, do you remember that episode of Pokemon where the screen flashed red and blue super, super quick? That's what it kind of makes me think of.
Yeah. So this was a program called Mandelbulb, and it was an algorithmic program that you put in parameters, and it would take like days to render to the music and just bleed out, and then I had to edit it together and stuff. But this is what Joel did for the band. And I was last night, I was thinking, like, this is my music too, I shouldn't feel bad about it, or like, I spent 9 months creating that record. 9 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixing, mastering, recording, all of it. And it was like pulling teeth with whoever was a part of it. Aside from Joel, who's a fucking genius, and I love him. And he's trying to do well in Beaverton, Oregon right now. So.
Hell yeah. No, it's I think half of what even drove me to doing solo projects is almost any time I was in a band, quote unquote, it always ended with oversized egos and things just never went. And sometimes it was even my fault, I'll admit it.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to agree with you. I think my whole thing was I was way too passionate for it. Passionate in the way that it turned things sour for other people. And it was always like, no, let me do it. I'll just do it. Like, you know what I mean? And it became like this guise of a band, but it was really just like me and Joel, the drummer.
Right.
Yeah. It was, it's a bummer, you know, that it ended so sourly. But at the same time, I think I'm feeling liberating enough to, you know, we're still working on the comic book that is for that record. And we have been for years. There's actually like panels done and stuff. I'll show you later. You know, I'll send them to you. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
It's amazing, amazing stuff, but it's just kind of, it's obviously hit an impasse. So what you got?
I'm going to send, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to send you some tracks from...
Send me one track. I'll cancel out this Zoom meeting and start another one.
Okay. I was going to send you... Okay, I was going to send you a SoundCloud page, but I'll tell you which track I want you to play. It's the one at the very bottom. It's called I Only Fly Away, and it's an older track, but I'm proud to say I actually got to share this one on the 100% live stream like 2 weeks ago. And
you know what's cool is Silk Shadows. Silk with that QE reminds me of Una.
Oh.
Her, what she calls her magic is magic or magic, but with an IQE.
Oh, hell yeah.
I thought that was fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it too. I don't know why I love these odd spellings, but I think it gives things a unique flavor.
Absolutely. And I think it's, and you said, what was the song?
I Only Fly Away.
Gotcha. I got it. I'm going to cancel you out. We're going to start again. You ready?
Sounds good, man. See you then.
This is weird. Not really, though. All right.
The movie of the week.
The Public Television Network.
Yeah, you can hear it on there. I had to mute it on my end so it wouldn't feedback through, but I checked ahead, so even though it shows you like and me now, we can. Yeah, the Nelly Furtado sample really brought it together.
Seals the deal. Yeah, it really ties the room together.
There was something about her voice slowed down that just worked so well.
This is brilliant, man.
Thank you. I really worked hard on it. God, I can't believe that song came out 5 years ago now. That blows my mind. That's kind of the testament of a good song, you know, it can last time spent. Thank you.
Each and every single day, I know I'm gonna have to eventually give you though my love is true, yeah, I'm just scared.
I'm gonna grab a quick smoke while these, like I'm not gonna leave while all these fine people enjoy.
I don't know where my soul is. Don't know where my home is. Baby, all I need for you to know is like the bird, only fly away. I don't know where my soul is. Don't know where my home is. Baby, all I need for you.
fucking awesome. That last track by Silk Shadow called I'll Only Fly Away, not to be confused with the Nelly Furtado song of the same title. Thank you for stopping by the Mixmaster playlist. I am your mage. Sam Shadow is my companion, and we are here playing you the choice hits of our past. Thank you for dropping by.
I promise I didn't abandon you. And holy shit, what a professional outro to that song there. Thank you. Hit me with some Dakota Slim or some spare spells. Hit me with them sweet tunes.
And that was Fess Up, Get Low by Dakota Slim. You might have heard of him. He's probably played your place of residence, perhaps your city or your town, but you'd never know it because you never saw him. And next,
I gotta say, I really love that one. I mean this as a compliment. The Midwestern sound really comes out in there.
Oh,
like, I don't know if it's something characteristic of where you live, but
you mean the Southwestern sound?
Or the Southwestern sound? Ooh. I see. I'm treading on dangerous territory here.
No, I love it all.
It screams Americana. Like, it has a very specific mid '90s sound that I don't know. I just don't hear a lot anymore, but I hear it in trace elements of oh gosh, there's one specific REM album I'm thinking of.
Crush?
No, it was either right before or right after that album. Crush was on Monster, I think. This one was Outside of Time or something like that.
And Monster's far later. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. No, Monster was later than that.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. Out of Time, yeah, I think so.
It reminds me of like Out of Time. It reminds me a little bit of a band called La Bradford that had an album called Prasian.
Oh, cool.
Reminds me of like, I don't know, it reminds me of like several different things, but maybe a little Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Oh, funny. Weird. Yeah, I guess that's strange. I've never heard that before. But it's so that one was recorded. So my good friend of mine, Jalapaz Nelson, has a studio in Mesa, Arizona, and he did this thing. He was trying to like get me to come and record at the studio because it's like where all my friends growing up recorded, like Andrew Jackson Jihad and those sorts of folk. And I was too far gone on drugs and bad stuff during that time. And I showed up at the studio with a guitar, an organ player, and 2 female vocalists. I was like, all right, we're going to do this.
Hell yeah.
And one of the female players became kind of prominent in the Nashville scene afterwards. But I remember her saying, I've never met somebody that walks into a studio and doesn't know the bass parts, doesn't know the guitar parts, doesn't know the drum parts, and did them all in 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah, that's
my claim to fame.
Sometimes the magic just comes together like that. You know, there have been times when I was with a group of people and we had just gotten together to jam for fun. You know, we weren't planning on making anything, and we'd record 4 songs at night, just whoop,
yeah,
top of your head. Sometimes it just, when it jives like that, it jives, it flows naturally.
To me, it's like magic, though. Like, that's literal magic to me. It comes out of desperation. It comes out of like a need and a deep faith to like make some.
How funny you say that, because Austin Osman Spare said the exact same thing.
Oh, sure. And you know what? I wasn't quoting him, and I know him. You know, I wasn't.
I just thought, I didn't think you were quoting. I just thought it was interesting that, you know, you have spare spells, and the way you just kind of explained that, how desperation. Put it this way, it's an old saying: a pressure, or diamonds form under pressure. Yes, I think.
Absolutely. Cameron's so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass in 2 weeks, you'd have a diamond. Ferris Bueller. All right.
Awesome.
Why don't you close this out?
Oh, okay. Well, Keats, I just want to say thank you for having me on here, and thank you for just chatting and sharing music and having a great time. This was really the best way I could have spent my Saturday night. Didn't really have anything else going on, so this was creatively stimulating. And thank you to everybody at home who was watching. And you know, thank you for supporting. If you ever want to check out the Bandcamp pages or the SoundCloud pages, by all means, support. Saroth the Mage said he would like to do a show with us sometime this week. Hey, if you want, I'll let you pick up there, Keats. You can maybe shed some light on a time to schedule a show, or.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we were, we're all in this weird war of being too connected. How funny is that? Like, the interpersonal dynamics are gone. We can't hang out with other people. And yet, we're too connected. Too many streams happening. Too many things happening. And she concurs. Mary concurs. She's like, oh, God, too many streams. But I think it's beautiful in the sense that, you know, I think it makes us really realize and relish, you know, what we're missing. And the fact that we're able to do this in this day and age, like 2020 is such a mixed bag. It's fun.
Yeah. It's weird. It's even despite all the threats of World War III, which dissolved, and now a world epidemic or world pandemic, I should say, I'm still trying to remain optimistic because, to be quite honest, when 2020 started, it was probably the brightest my life has been in quite some time. And no matter how hard the world tries to take it away from me, I refuse to let it do so.
Absolutely refuse.
To let it do.
From your cold, dead hands. Like, don't let any of this shit shake you. You know, and I love that about you, Sam. Like, this was like the most fun I've had in a long time, and I appreciate everyone being here. I tried to get Saroth or Stevie to introduce some songs and stuff, but we'll do this. We'll do this again. This was great. This was so off the cuff. We were just hanging out, and I was like, why don't we stream? Why not?
It's been one hell of a stream. I think we're just now pushing the 3-hour mark. So
I love it.
3 hours of jams.
Close us out. What is your ending track?
Oh, my in-game track. Wow.
In-game track. Yeah.
I'm gonna let me pull it up real quick. I think I might share one that I played for you before we even went live tonight. I'm going to send you I Can't Sleep at Night. And hopefully that won't be some sort of eerie premonition that I can't sleep tonight. But the song is called I Can't Sleep at Night.
Well,
I hope everybody enjoys
ladies
it.
And gentlemen, you can sleep at night, but not without listening to this song. I'm trying my Casey Kasem out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'd like to sleep, but you can't. Well, we've got a bevy of fun, delicious music for you. And with that, we'll do a little outro too, but I love you, Sam. Thank you.
I love you too, Keats. Thank you. I'm going to do the Saroth the Mage. Instead of greetings, I'm going to say salutations.
Yes, salutations. Yes. Yes. Shaloms.
Maybe that's why you can't sleep tonight. 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 Maybe that's why you can't sleep tonight.
There, like the technique. Funny fact, this is sampled from Space Jam. Can't sleep. It's from Space Jam. I think that's Charles Barkley's voice. I could be wrong. Yeah, that scene where the basketball players go to the hospital. Hospital tower or whatever, so they go
Hell yes. And with that, perhaps we should end, like all good things, autumnal and changing. I'd like to take this moment to... No, I'm just kidding.
Take this moment to give us a farewell.
You know, there are things, it's in the sense, you know, it's about the reaction of a man that maketh the mage. I can't do this. But I will. I love that. That was such a good outro.
Thank you.
I'll just play something to end us out. That should have done it, but we were still here. If you want another one, play it. Honestly, I'd love to hear another one.
Okay, hit me with
we're still here. Let me play mine.
Play one of yours if you want. I already.
Okay, I got an instrumental. How's that?
Okay, yeah, play us out.
All right.
Good night, Paul.
This was like the most fun I've had in streaming.
What's it called?
Stray Bullet Cloud.
Oh yeah. I dig it. I dig it already.
Love you, Sam.
I love you too, Keats. Thank you, man. This was awesome.
Did they see that all? Oh. What? I love
Sweet.
All right, good night. Well, let's do this tomorrow. I mean, I'll tune in to the Sunday chill, right? That's happening.
Yep, around 6 p.m. my time, so I guess that would be about 4 p.m. for you.
Yeah, you're 2 hours ahead for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 hours ahead PST. I'm 1 hour ahead of PST. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll be there. Everyone will be. Sam, I love you.
Love you too, Keats.
Sleep
Thanks
well.
again, dude.
Yeah, this is the best.
Too.
Appreciate you guys.
Bye, everybody.